Am I the asshole? For reminding my ex I'm only responsible for our children, and not all of his kids. My ex-husband and I have 2 children together, 12.1 Anandor. We divorced about 10 years ago now, because I feel like he regressed as a husband and a father during my second pregnancy, and he was even worse when our younger son was born. He was acting like a high school or college kid or a single 20-something with no kids. He spent more time with friends than with us. His friends were also treating me more like his mom and expecting me to pick him up from their houses when they needed to get on with stuff. He fought for 50 custody of our kids, which he wasn't given, and for the first 2 or 3 years he had every other weekend and a 2-week period during the summer with them, as well as alternating holidays. He started being more involved, and eventually he did get 50 custody. It was at that time I found out he got some woman pregnant, and he realized with 3 kids he needed to get his act together. He ended up with full custody of his 3rd child. Then he met his wife. They have 2 more children together now. There are 2 kids in her life, but I don't believe they're her biological children anyway, who she is also partially supporting. Those 2 kids don't live with them, but apparently they pay for stuff for this child. Am I the asshole? Arin Nasiya. Anai? Not the asshole, obviously. Curious to how your boys find it at his house. With his entitled attitude, he's clearly a shitty role model. I'm sure it won't be long until the kids wise up and want to stay with you full time. They're nearly at the age where most places will take their choice as a major deciding factor. Not the asshole. How could you ever think you might be? Good thing you dumped that freeloader a long time ago. I'm sorry you still have to deal with him. Maybe you can try and revert the decision about the 50 custody. If he clearly admits he doesn't have the finances to take care of all 5 of his kids. I would tell him if you expect me to provide financially for your other children, you will need to get a court order directing me to do so. Until then, I will provide for my children only. You made the choice to have more children with a different mother. I did not. Not the asshole. Enter AITA. Keep record of the conversation and regain full custody of the kids if you can't take care of them. Not your kids, not your problem. He told me that I know they don't have a lot of money. Why did he have 5 children then? Not the asshole. Wowzers, he has some cheek. Might be time to look for legal advice about this. Good news are that this will be over in 7 years. It's not endless shit show. Not the asshole. I told him we don't have 5 children. We have 2. Keep saying this until he understands it. You are not responsible for his choices. Does he expect the other parents of his children to pay for yours? He is being absurd. Maybe you should be taking primary custody of your 2 children, because it sounds like they aren't being adequately cared for by the struggling father. Not the asshole, and you need to advocate for your kids. He fathered a bunch, and that is on him. Not the asshole. This man is still expecting the women in his life to manage his poor choices. Not the asshole. You already know this, but you're not the parent of his 3 other kids. He's trying to guilt-trip you when he talks about money. Don't fall for it. The are not your responsibility. Your kids are your responsibility. No one else. Ask him if he had that vasectomy yet, or if he plans of expanding his village, so he can be the village idiot of a small town. Nah, the asshole. Though obviously not the asshole, I don't know why you need to even ask. His lack of contraception, his 3 other kids, his problem. You're the CO parent of 2 kids, not 5. And he is just gaslighting you. Not the asshole. Tell him no problem. You are more than willing to take full custody of your sons, and he can just pay you child support. Then he and his wife will only have to provide for their 3 kids. Not the asshole makes sure he doesn't take your kid stuff to give to the other kids, especially when they're not around you. Not the asshole. He needs to pursue custody arrangements for all his children, and you are not responsible for the additional children he has fathered. Hold firm. No, get a job. Not the asshole. Why did he want 50 custody so bad when he has 3 other kids he can't properly support? NTA, Tao Adyante. Boy, he sure has a big set of brass balls on him. Does fire shoot out of his ass when they clap together? There is no way you could ever be the asshole in this situation. Don't let him manipulate you into thinking so. You didn't lay down and have his other 3 kids. He made them. He can support them. You need to keep an eye out for him taking from your kids to give to them. No, nope, not the asshole. How dare he go and make 3 more babies after your divorce and expect you to support them? No way. This also applies to all parents. I don't think men should support the new children from another relationship either. Not the asshole if they come from your crotch. They're yours to watch and feed, clothe, etc. Not the asshole if he is unable to provide for his 5 children. Maybe you need to revisit your custody agreement. Anti-heir. He is an entitled idiot. End of conversation. Not the asshole. And he's probably going to appropriate the school's supplies and divide them with the other kids. Not the asshole. If you are incapable of having the boys every other week due to the 3 other children you are providing for, I would be happy for us to return to our earlier arrangement where I have primary custody. I will not subsidize your children, nor is it my responsibility to take them into consideration. I will not babysit, and nothing I buy is for them. Let me know how you would like to proceed. Your ex-husband is completely out of line for expecting you to be a co-parent to his other 3 children. You have a responsibility to your 2 children, and while it's admirable if you choose to help out with his other kids, it's absolutely not your obligation. He and his wife are responsible for their children, and your financial responsibility ends with the child support you provide for your own kids.